Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Chalili back at it again with another freaking video. Today we got a sit down video because I need to talk about this topic. I know that there is a lot of people who can agree with me, a lot of young adults who may need to hear this conversation. Today we are basically going to be talking about the conversation of vision, what to do next, like including God in your plans and how difficult and that can be or what that can look like. And I'm not going to be a podcast. So I don't want y'all to get this in your mind that there's going to be a bunch of videos like this. This is what I do not want to do a lot. I'm going to do a lot of random different types of videos. This is just something that I really wanted to talk about and really wanted to share. And honestly, I didn't have any other content to put out. So here we go. The vision that I have for this year, every year God gives me either a word, a phrase, a Bible verse. This year specifically, it started off with him giving me a song. And the song that he gave me, I can't play it because I will get copyrighted, but the song that he gave me is Fear Is Not My Future by Maverick City. And oh my gosh, that song, if you do not know that song, it is so good. If I had to give a phrase for my year, it's called a new horizon. It's a new horizon. And I need to put that on this board. I'm ready to say hello to new things. Like, I want to be bold. I want to be courageous. I've never been a person that addresses conflict. I want to address conflict this year. I've never been a person that would be like, I'm ready to go into spiritual warfare. I want to be ready to any demon that come through. Like, I want to say hello to new things this year. And so, hello, peace. Okay. Hey, hello, joy. Are you there? Hello, strength. Yes. Can I talk to you for a minute? Courage. Yeah. It's me again. Hello, discipline. Yeah. Please don't ever hang up. Like I said, and if you've seen on my TikTok, I've struggled with being in the same habits. I struggled with being confused about what I'm doing, where I'm going. I struggled with being so frustrated with God that I just would tell myself, I'm just going to live a mundane life and just get money and just live a boring life because I cannot live on the edge anymore. I'm so tired. Thank God that I have not succumbed to that. I don't know if that's the right word, but thank God I have not given into that. But it's so difficult. A lot of times people say, trust in the Lord, lean not on, and that is actually my Bible verse of the year, Proverbs 3, verse 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Acknowledge him in all your ways and he shall direct your path. Let's see if I got it right. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your understanding. Acknowledge him in all your ways and he shall. And that's on period, poo memorization. So when I graduated college, I was just like, God, whatever you want to do, have your way, Lord. I submit. I say yes. Refine me, God. I'm all in. Now looking back, I shouldn't have said that. I should have said, God, let me do things my way. And I graduated in 2020, and you already know, we don't talk about 2020. Like, 2020 was, for things to end so abruptly and for that year to be as bad as it was, like, at least for me. I don't know about everybody, but for me, it wasn't a good year for me. I was like in a hard place. And so it kind of put me in a position where I was like, okay, God, your way is not the way that I want to go. Your way is not, like, I'm not rocking with it. 2021 came. I was looking for things to be better. Yeah, didn't get better. Still trying to submit to God's plan and say yes to the Lord. And I did continue to say yes to God, but I'm not gonna lie, I was complaining most of the time. I was very frustrated. I was upset. I was depressed, everything. But I did see that, like, looking back now, I see that God had to do a lot of character work on me. So I thank God for those years. That was some of the roughest years of my life. Those years were the years that a lot of character like a lot of my character was being worked on, and still got to be worked on to this day. But as a young adult, you go through, a lot of transitions. It's hard, whether you're moving, whether you're graduating college, trying to figure out life. Maybe you're deciding to go to college. Maybe you're now in a new relationship. You're losing friends. You're gaining friends. It's just a long season, especially like in your 20s, a long season of just not really knowing what you're doing, but figuring it out as you go. And so I didn't really like that. I don't really like that idea, because I used to love the spontaneous life, but now that you're like held to like more, like there's more pressure, it's a little bit more difficult to enjoy it, because you're like, okay, I do want to just enjoy life and see where God takes me, but also at the end of the day, I am grown up. I need to help with bills. I need to have a plan. I need to know what I'm doing. Everybody's asking me questions I don't have the answer to. So that's what kind of ruined it, is just being an adult. You're like, okay, but you actually do have to get your life together at some point. So I really felt that pressure heavy. I also am the person that, not only in my family, but growing up, just even in my neighborhood, like I was always seen as that person who was going to make it out. Like that person who, you're going to do big things. You're going to do this with your life, this with your life, this with your life. So there's all this pressure. And so leaving college and not really knowing what to do, I already went to college and took up a major that is like, if this is a narrow path, this is the major that I took. Like, it doesn't make sense, because the major that I took was worship. It has to do with ministry, because I know that God has called me to full-time ministry. I know that I'm called to do worship and songwriting and all those things. But practically speaking, that doesn't make any sense for somebody to go to college, pay all this money just for you to do what? Go sing at a church? Like, that doesn't make sense. To me, it still sometimes don't even make sense. And I'm like, why didn't I go and do something else? Even though I know God had me there for a reason. But sometimes I'm like, why didn't I just study business so I could be out making money? Like, obviously my mind goes to money and success as we see it today. For me, going into a major like that, coming out, people having all these questions. Okay, what are you going to do now? What's next? Oh, Charlize is going to be the one to make it. Charlize is going to do this. Charlize is going to do that. And I'm just like, how do you know that? I've always struggled with like this pressure of like having to be great, having to do something. And so the fact that my life did not look like that after I graduated completely wrecked me. Like, I was like, I feel like a bump. I feel like I'm a failure, like all these things, because my life did not match up to what not only I saw for myself, but what a lot of people saw for me. So it was very hard. And sometimes I may have my moments here and there. It's not as hard now. Like, now I don't live my life for nobody but the Lord. Like, God, I know people expecting this of me, but what are you expecting of me? Anyways, and a lot of this journey that I've been through in these past few years, I've learned that when you say that you trust God with something and you're going to surrender something to God. So if I say yes to you, God, I surrender my plans, I surrender my will, have your way. Not my will, but your will be done. You cannot say I surrender and still have your hand on it. And that's what I was doing. I was like, I surrender, but I had my hand. I surrender, but my hand was still on the things. And so I would be so frustrated because I'm trying to make things happen instead of just sitting back and letting God do his thing and trusting that he knows what he's doing. So I'm always trying to, okay, I need money, I need to do this, or I need an answer for this, and so I'm just gonna do, like, I always was trying to like make things happen myself, and it just leaves me to be feeling, as always, exhausted, tired, done, depressed. I had to learn, like this Bible verse, the Bible verse of the year is to trust the Lord. Lean not on your own understanding is one thing that I would tell people who are going through this whole blob of a season. Like, lean not on your own understanding. I had to be reintroduced to the God I served, almost, because I like forgot that at the end of the day, God is literally God. Like, when Moses was like, who should I say you are? He's like, I am that I am. Like, he is God. He's not like, oh, he has some limitation. No, he is God. Like, whatever it is, and I love the Lord. And just like Romans 8:28 says, for all things will work together for the good of those who love the Lord and who are called according to. I love the Lord. And then Proverbs, my verse, it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your understanding. Acknowledge him in all your ways and he shall direct your path. I know that I be acknowledging God. Now, sometimes I ain't perfect with it, but I still try. And so I know that I love the Lord. I know that I'm like trying to my best to like always include God in every single thing that I do. The only thing is I do these things, but I don't trust. And I don't like, okay, God, I'm gonna let you do you. No, I'm like, I'm gonna do these things, but I'm gonna also keep trying to do stuff so that just in case it don't work out. Like I had doubt. Doubt was like running me over. Like doubt had me in a chokehold. I had to say, okay, Chalisa, remember the God that you serve, and remember that He literally can, anything, any cares of yours is nothing, like light work to Him. Any of your desires is light work to Him. All you have to do, one of my favorite verses, all you have to do is seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness. Keep your eyes on Him. Everything else will fall into place. But what I was doing is I was walking in my path, but I'm looking at what everybody else doing. Oh, these people, they married now. These people got a relationship. These people have kids. We all the same age. What am I doing? I ain't doing nothing. I'm this, I'm that. Oh, look, they in the ministry doing this. Oh, they in school, they doing this. And I'm looking at everybody else. And because I'm taking my eyes off of God and I'm looking at everything else around me, now I'm actually sinking. I'm like, okay. I'm actually sinking because I'm looking and focused on what everybody else is doing. And God's like, hello, over here. And so I had to refocus myself on God, look to Him, keep my eyes focused on Him, seek His kingdom, seek His word, draw close to Him, seek to know Him more, to know His ways, to know His thoughts, to love Him better, to serve Him better, all these things. And everything will fall into place. And I see that, like I can see that whenever I'm like keeping my eyes focused on God, it's as if like the worries in my life don't even be like, I'm not even worried about it because I already know like, oh yeah, that's falling into place. Like it's not even a stress. But as soon as I start looking around at what other people doing, what I don't have, what I do have, and all the troubles that's coming, that's when I start being like, ooh, do God got me? Ooh. And now I start sinking like Peter. Basically, what I would encourage you guys is to seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness and all the things that you desire. All the things that, okay, according to the will of God. Okay, let's get that right. Things that you desire according to His will. The things that you need, everything that God has for you will fall into place. Stop trying to make it happen yourself. Know that all things will work together for the good of those who love the Lord. First of all, do you love God? Love is not a feeling, baby. Love is action. Do you love God? I'm not going to get too deep into that. So for those who love and who are called according to His purpose. And also, if you feel this pressure, if you feel like you just have this weight on you, especially like the young adults, like I said, if you feel this pressure of having to be successful, you have something to prove, whatever the case may be, you are not called to carry that. Let that go, because that rise from you people pleasing almost. Dang, everybody's looking at me. Everybody has this. Everybody has that. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to do this. No. Let that go. Leave it at the altar. Nail it to the cross. Give it away. Surrender it to Jesus. And those other things that I told you, just focus on the Lord. Keep your eyes on God, and everything will work itself out. And I'm not saying everything will be perfect, because everything working itself out might be that some things might go down, okay? It might get dirty, it might get messy, but everything at the end of the day will work out. And you have to really look at yourself and say, okay, do I trust God enough that even though I lost my house, He's going to provide me with something better? Even though I don't have a car and I'm having to catch the bus or ride a bike or whatever, that He's preparing me or instilling something in me that's going to be useful for where He's taking me. Long story short, just trust the Lord. Trust God and allow Him to do His perfect work in you. It's going to be some refining. Don't worry. You'll be fine. Like, you'll be fine. Just hold on to Jesus. Even if He's running and you're like, I'm barely holding on. Hold on to Jesus and pray, fast, get in your word, know God deeper, know God more. Everything you need for this walk is in this book. This is your guide, okay? And get in a community. That's another thing. Get in a community that will help you, that will feed into you, that will pray for you, that will push you towards what God has for you. And yeah, I don't know what else. I honestly don't really know if this actually helped anybody, but that's all that I got. My mind is everywhere. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. My mind is a little everywhere. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, share with somebody that you know that needs to hear this. And that's it. Peace.